So hi everyone, this is Denise with D. Marie Jewelry DMJ. Subscribe to my channel, okay? So today I am going to make a bracelet display for if you want to go out to a craft show and you don't have the money to buy displays, or you're just getting started and you're like, wow, I can't afford, displays or whatever. But as long as you have some cardboard box, paper towel center, or a holder for in your saran wrap box, in your foil box, you can find these holders right here. And all you need is some toilet paper centers, a paper towel holder center, and some sort of box. Now I've chosen this box here because it unfolds like this, and it has an insert inside. I mean, you use whatever you can find, but I really like that it has an insert inside there, and that's going to help make my box a little stronger. So what you do when you have this all together is you measure out how long you want this is going to be your base, okay, for your holder. And I'm going to have these two pieces here, and this one's a little longer than that one, so I'm going to measure and cut. I'm going to cut one so it's the same size. Just going to cut off this much. And I'm making these the same size. Now they're the same size. Okay, great. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this box. Since it opens up like an accordion, I'm going to cut it, and I made a line. I made a line where I want what the base, it's just the perfect size for a base. So I'm going to cut it along my line. And that will leave this side open, but we'll work on it together, okay? So I'm just going to cut, and I know that insert's in there, so I'm going to cut that too. Make sure you have a good pair of scissors to cut the cardboard. Like I said, this has an insert in the inside. There we go. Okay. And then I've got to match this side. There we go. And just like that, now I have a second base to make another one if I want to. I'm sure you can find a box somewhere. Sometime you'll get one. I love boxes. Can recycle them so well. Okay, so I'm going to reclose this side up. Okay. And for right now, I'm just going to tape that closed. Get my tape. Just get some Scotch tape and close up that box. Okay. Okay, now since this one has an insert on the inside, which is going to keep it nice and sturdy, I normally would stuff, well I still can, I would stuff the inside of this display using a garbage bag, okay? Just take some garbage bags and put them in there, and they'll make this project, the base, solid as a rock. I gotta get a couple more. We always have too many of these bags. I'm telling you guys, you can use them for lots of stuff, and they make great insulation for this. I'm just gonna take all that and stuff it in there. Not gonna hurt a thing. Okay. So now I just need a piece of cardboard for this side because I use it. Okay. So I'm just gonna take this corner. And I'm going to leave a little flap so that I can fold it over. Oops, I touched my light. Sorry about that. Very touchy, that light. Okay. Just going to leave some room to fold it over. I'm just going to cut some lines here. And I'm going to cut extra piece here. Make it bigger. I don't have to measure anything. It's not going to be that fussy. And then when you cut as straight as you can. There we go. Alright, so now I'm going to take the corners and I'm just going to cut inward on each end. Okay, and take my box. I might need to cut some more after I get it centered. So I'm just going to center this. And remember, this is for if you don't have the money and you want to take the time to make your own displays, this would be what you would do. And if you have the money, great. And I have friends who are very particular about how everything looks, and let me tell you, when you get out on a craft show and people are out there, a lot of times they don't even see your stuff. They don't, there's so much to look at, and they're going to pay attention to your jewelry. That's what they want to see. They don't notice your displays. And I've made, some people do, and then they're quite impressed with my displays. I don't think I've spent hardly any money on displays. I've even made, let me make sure I have this right. I've even made necklace displays out of Gatorade bottles. The old ones, they used to have those big, huge jugs. They don't have them anymore. So I don't think you're going to find them. But, okay. So I'm just going to cut some more here. Glue down your piece. Cut your end. Just like this. Right, like that. Then you're going to just fold up your edge. Just like this. Because we're going to cover that side. I'm going to take some glue. Now, I have all the supplies right here. This is my station for artists at work, and if you get a chance to watch that channel, you guys, remember I have the Artist at Work channel, and this channel, D. Marie Jewelry DMJ, is an extension channel of that channel. But this is on the subject of jewelry making, so that's why I'm doing it on this channel. And you just take this and fold it up, and actually what I think I'm going to do is just cut, I think I'm just going to cut this, cut your corner. Okay, I'm just going to cut this off. That'll make it flap up properly, and there you go. Look at that. Did I show you? Okay, so let me do this again. You're going to cut your corner, cut that right off, just like that, and then just fold it up. Now you can use your tape. Just going to get some tape, and I'm going to tape this corner together. Can remove it later. Alright, now I'm going to take that edge again. Make sure you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to cut that. Cut that. There we go. And once again, going to get your tape so it stays in place. And you can paint this box later or paper mache it. Like if you watched my last video, I showed how to make a jewelry tool holder for your craft room. Okay. And I paper mache'd it. So there, we're going to just take this off. And yes, it's going to stick out a little bit, but like I said, nobody's going to look at your base that closely, like this. Nobody's going to look at that. Okay, so now you're going to take your two center pieces, okay, and you'll want to, what you want to do is get your end of your long piece, okay, and you want to take it and make a circle right here. I mean, not this side. So you just want to take your end and put it onto this cone right here on the base. And you just want to trace that out and make an end right here and trace it out like this. And then you want to do the same thing on this one. And just make a straight line like this, go around. Just like that. Okay, and that's going to give you the correct portion for this holder. Then you're just going to crush this like this, crush it up like this, and cut both ends. Okay, you just want to cut both ends. Make sure you have a good pair of scissors that are nice and durable. Okay. That's going to make a good groove to hold this. There we go. Now, because this is a jewelry display for bracelets, see, because you're going to be able to put these right on here like this, okay? I want it to look a little nicer. So you can get some material. You can get some crushed velvet material, but use what you have. Okay, now I happen to have this black canvas material, which I I can't remember where we got this. If it came off a old, this might have come off of, the covers they use for your barbecue. Sometimes they have covers, and the one I can't remember if this was what it was, but you can, as long as it's a canvas, okay. So you can get your hot glue gun now. Oh, and this one has some kind of stuff on it. All right, well, I won't use that side, but I'm going to get my hot glue gun out now. Because, like I said, this is a bracelet jewelry holder. So, black is usually your best bet, but you can do white. You can do colors if you want. If you know what color bracelet you're going to put on there. Alright, so I've got to plug this in here. Oh, and while I wait, I'm just going to show you how this is going to set in here. So I'll set this aside for a minute. Wait for this. And this is going to go together. Okay. I'm going to put these cones on top of this box right here. And then these are going to get glued together. And you can just paint these, and like I said, you can stuff some plastic bags in there. I'm going to put some grocery bags right in here. Okay. So now I'm going to take some grocery bags. I'm going to get some grocery bags from whatever grocery store, whatever store it is. And you're going to stuff them inside of here. Just like this. Just take that grocery bag and stuff it up in there. And what this is going to do, it's going to keep your cardboard more solid. Okay. And it's going to keep it stiff. Okay. And what I meant to show you first, I'm getting a little ahead of myself, is this right here is going to go connect into this. Okay. And what this is going to do is going to keep your holder from going like this. Okay. Let me take that back out. While we wait for the hot glue gun to heat up, I'm just going to start doing this portion right here. So you're going to take your two pieces you cut. Now I can see that this one's not going to be the same size. I've got to cut this out a little bit more. And I also have to make sure, because this seems a little tight, and I'm going to have some fabric on this too, so I have to make sure that it's, okay, that looks a lot better. Okay, so I'm going to put these together, like I said. Okay, so I've got the fabric on and I want to test it. It's going to fit perfect. Okay. You want to test that out for whatever fabric you're using. I'm just getting this one prepared for the hot glue gun. Okay. So I want to make sure it's centered. All right, so I'm just going to put these into the center. I'm going to make a mark where I want them. Okay. I'm just eyeballing it. Alright, So I have my marks. I'm just going to take the glue along the bottom here. Okay, I'm going to glue on this part here. I'm going to take my other one. Okay, and I glued that one. Okay, and put that one in place. I'm going to get my holder here, and there we go. Hold them right together. Alright, so now we're just going to glue those together and let it dry. Make sure it's in the center. Doesn't look like it's in the center. Alright. There we go. So just gotta let that dry for a while. Alright, so now while I let that dry, and remember, once this is dry, we're going to take the grocery bags and just stuff them inside, and that's going to give these pillars a lot more stamina. Okay, so I'm going to take my fabric, which I pre-cut here. Alright, I've got it, so it's going to overlap. Okay, beautiful. Alright, I think my hot glue gun is ready now. Okay, so I'm going to put some hot glue along the edge here. Okay, I'm just going to take my fabric and roll it into place. Okay, get my edge here now that I know where it's going to be. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm just going to put some hot glue on the fabric here. Make sure you can see what I'm doing. All right. And I'm just going to roll it tight. And also, I was going to say, you can tape these two pieces together if you want. They seem to be fine, but you can tape it. Or use your hot glue gun. Okay. So now that I know where the seam is, I'm just going to cut it a little better. Make it look a little nicer. Okay. And now I'm just going to take my ends. Well, actually, I'm going to hot glue this seam down. And like I said, use what you got. Now, I had some fabric that came from a old skirt. It was a beautiful black gray velvet skirt, and that's all I had. So I used it for to put jewelry on and stuff. All right. So now I'm going to hot glue the ends inside here. And I'm just going to stuff these in. Stuff in the ends. Alright, we'll do the other one. And cautionary measure, if you're anybody using a hot glue gun, cautionary measure. They're extremely hot. I always tell people to be very careful. You can burn your fingers, and disclaimer about that. And I do not make the hot glue gun, and they're all a little different. You want to be very careful not to burn yourself. So there's my end. Got my ends done. Alright, so look how nice that looks, you guys. Looks really nice. Okay, now the rest of this, and this part will be the part showing. And the reason I use 2 cones instead of 1 is because I've made some in the past, and what happens is if one side of the jewelry you put on is heavier than the other side, it will go like this in tippy top. We don't want that. So while I'm waiting for this to dry, I'm going to actually just start painting it. So what I'm going to do now, and I have taped everything, I'm going to paper mache over this so I can paint it later. And it'll all look like one thing. And I'll get rid of this hole. And how I'm going to do that is I'm just going to stick some glue in here. So when I put the paper over it, it's going to make it, it'll be solid. Okay. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to take my tape off. Taking off my tape. Now I'm just going to use white tissue paper for this, because after I'm done, I'm just going to paint it black. Going real good. So I am going to use my white watered down glue. And I'm going to wait to put these bags in later when this dries completely, because this gets so tight in there that it could pull up this section here, and I don't want to do that. And then once I paper mache it, it's going to really put it together. So I'm just going to get my white glue and set this aside, And I'm just going to start putting the paper on. Now, if I want to, I could take a couple pieces of cardboard and put them right here to make it one solid piece. I'm thinking about it. And that would also make this piece sturdier. Make sure you can see what I'm doing. Alright, so I'm going to start putting my paper on now. I'm thinking about, okay, so I think I am going to put, just on this side, I'm going to put some pieces of cardboard. That way when I paper mache it, it's going to look better. Alright, so I'm just going to, let's see now. My scissors. And all I'm going to do is cut from here. Two sides the same. Let's check. I just want to cover up the middle section, so I'm just going to cut this much. Yeah, it should be perfect. Okay, I'm just using a piece of cardboard, and then I'm measuring out, cutting it to size, and now I'm going to match the other side. Okay, now I cut, and now I have two. Okay. So I'm going to get my glue. I'm going to put it on here. There we go. That's an afterthought. Okay. Okay. Alright, I'll put some more. Ooh, that really works good. I'm using Aleene's tacky glue right here. And I just have an all-purpose white glue with water in it here. Just so you know what I used. Perfect. And that sticks really good. That's going to give it a little more dimension, style. Okay, so paper. Okay, so I got my paper, and now I'm just going to paper mache, get my glue. Make sure you can see what I'm doing. Just get my glue. I'm going to put that on each section. See, now some people might not be able to make this because, I mean, I'm quite crafty. If you're crafty, you'll be able to do it. But you got to remember, if you don't have the money, this is all you got. This is this situation, okay? And it's fun for me. It's just fun for me, so I'm just going to stick this down in here. I love paper. I hate tape, but I love paper. Okay. All right. And see how that's going to look right there? Looks kind of cool. This is just the base. And like I said, I will paint this later. And there's that spot. I'm just going to go right over it. I put the glue in there. The glue's already setting up. It's just a matter of taking the time to do this. And having the supplies. I mean, you can go around and try to find the supplies you need. You may have them in your house right now and not even know that you had it. And you're like, wow, look at that. I have a box just like that. Or something similar. So you just put your glue on with your brush, and you just put your paper on. I'm even going to do the bottom right now, because I want to get it done. Because I'm going to be making a lot of bracelets in the future, and I already have bracelet holders, but I'm probably going to need more. So I'm going to switch to the side, and I'm just going to use my glue thing here to hold that up. And I don't know if I even told you how to even do this. Is you... Because I mean, it just comes naturally to me because I've been doing it for so long. So you put, let me explain as I go. You put your glue down on your piece first, just like this. Now there's different styles you can do. You can crinkle up your paper to make more design once you paint it. You can leave it flat. And then you just take your paper and put it on. Flatten it down a little bit. You can use your fingers, or you can just, then you take your glue again and you go over the paper with your glue again. It's a two-step process, three-step process. Glue, paper, and glue. Glue, paper, glue. But wherever you're going to put that paper, make sure you have your glue down first, or else it's just going to bubble up on you. It's going to look funny, and it's not going to adhere to your box or whatever you're using. Okay, now I'm going to turn it. Okay. Okay. So, glue. And this is really going to make it sturdy. It's going to glue really hard. When it glues, going to really give it substantial, I don't know what the word is. It's going to make it really hard and solid feeling. I think people even use this to make furniture and stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to put another piece over the paper, and you can put it over your paper as many times as you want for the thickness of it. And the trick is, once you get it on there, don't touch it, let it dry somewhere. Make sure you have it up high enough so that you can leave a corner. And glass or plastic is the best bet to dry this. All right, there's everything. I'm going to put some extra glue inside of here just to keep it, to give it more strength. It gives it strength. That's what I should call it. The paper mache is going to give it strength. So let's make sure I've got all my sides done. You want to look it over and see how it looks. If you miss a spot, just get another piece of paper and go right over it. And it'll stick to your finger and everything too. Okay. Gotta be able to laugh at yourself, you know. Put that in there. I got a little bit right here on the side, which I still want to cover. There we go. So that part's done now. Okay. Now I just got to let this dry. And I want to tip it up some more, so that I don't want to. Okay, I'm just going to leave it right here and keep it tipped up. I'm just going to let this dry. You want to let this dry overnight. So here's this portion here, and I will come back later and show you how to do the rest after everything dries. You could take a heat gun and speed up the process. So I'll be back later. See you in a bit. Okay, so I waited for everything to dry. Okay, my box is all dry now and everything. And I've got my hot glue gun going. So, and remember, this is very hot. Parental guidance if you're a younger person, child, not without a parent. Make sure you have a parent, okay? So I got the hot glue gun. It's very hot. And I had put the fabric. I'm using canvas. You can use whatever kind of fabric you want to use on your cone. And I got this measured. And I put 2 marks so I could make sure I put it back in place. So now I'm going to take the hot glue and I'm going to put some hot glue down in here on both sides, and then I'm going to put some hot glue right here and here. So I put some hot glue on there and also on my piece on the one side, and now I'm going to do the other side. And I'm out of hot glue. I'm out of I need another glue stick. All right, so now that I got that done, I'm going to put some more glue here on each side and make sure. And now I'm going to hot glue this top portion onto the fabric here and here. Get my hot glue to come out. I'm going to press it together. Okay. On both sides, I'm going to hold and press. Just like this. Wait for it to dry. Hold it for a little while. And I got my black paint ready because I'm going to paint this whole thing black so it matches. And I'm just going to add a little more glue right here. Just like that. Keep pressing. So now what I'm going to do is just take a piece of, I have this pretty piece of ribbon right here. And I think I'm going to apply this afterwards, after I paint it. Just to make it look a little prettier. And this will help hold this piece together and it'll cover up the glue. Now I've got the hot glue gun now going. So I'm thinking I'm going to add it on now and I'll paint it anyway. And you can use paper too if you want to. So let's see, I don't need very much. I'm going to do 2 pieces. So I'm going to put some glue here. And then put another piece right here. That's going to add a little decoration to it. Like I said, you can decorate them any way you want. Just using what I have. Remember, hot glue, very hot. Disclaimer, be careful, caution. Alright. I also think I'll put some hot glue just underneath here. I'm just gonna adhere it and there we go. It's a good idea. There we go. It looks really nice too. And then I'm going to paint this portion black. So that's all done now. Very happy with that. Okay. And what I do, you guys, just so you know, I have, put this away. I saved the top of a metal tin. I saved the top of this metal tin right here, okay? It's a metal tin. And I saved that to put my hot glue gun on. That way, when I set that there, if anything drips off, it goes right onto the metal, and it's easy to take off, and it's safer place to put the hot iron while it cools. All right, so now I'm going to take my black paint. Oh, and I'm going to give you an update before I start painting here. The last video, I made this really cool holder for my tools. And it's all done. I just wanted to show you. It came out beautiful. It's all done. Holding my tools just wonderfully right there. I had to have one for up here in this room. I have another room designated for jewelry making, but I can only use that one in the spring and summer. So update on that one. Turned out beautiful. Holding my tools just perfectly. And you want to watch that video. It says, no money, make your own jewelry tool holder. Okay, watch that video. Okay, and give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Okay, so I'm just going to add some black paint here. I'm going to paint up all this paper mache work. There we go. Come around the side here, paint this. Paint all this in. Same thing for this one. If you don't have the money and you have some of these supplies in your house, it's a great way to save money, to have your own display to put bracelets. This is a bracelet display. Just gonna get in there all I can. And you know, you saw me paper mache this, and now I'm painting the base. If you're making all your own jewelry and it's handmade, and now your display is handmade too, what more creative person you could buy from is somebody who makes their own displays too. I mean, when you're seeing that, you know you're seeing somebody who really can do it all, let me tell you. It's rare. It's a rare thing. And some people don't even notice that I've made my displays. When you're out at a craft show and, you know, yes, you can tell when somebody's bought all their displays, but I just don't have the money to be buying all these displays and all this stuff. Do what I can. And I have all this free stuff that I'm saving the landfill a little bit there by not throwing everything away. I mean, just cardboard boxes. Which, if you've seen my Artist at Work channel, you'll know that I recycle boxes into trinket boxes and jewelry boxes of all kinds, and recycle them and make beautiful jewelry boxes, trinket boxes. I do, I have my paper doll, Molly Bango, who travels the world, and she goes everywhere. So you want to check out my Artist at Work channel to see what I'm making, because it's always something different. I've even made a giant castle jewelry box. I mean, I've made some beautiful things. It was a Scottish castle. Alright, I'm just double checking my work here. See, it's all one piece now. I mean, I don't even have to worry about it falling apart or anything. And after this is done with the paint, I will probably put a clear coat on it to make it shine. I'm just waiting for it to dry now. It only takes like 15 minutes for this to dry. So like I said, I'm just going to flip this upside down for now, and I'm going to let it sit here and dry. And while I do that, I'm going to show you the last bracelet I made off camera. Now this is 10 millimeter beads, okay? It's blue and teal, and it has teal beads in it. It's a goddess bracelet. And I can still show you. This is going to fit right on there for my jewelry display. Isn't that cool? I'll be able to put maybe, I got some other ones finished here. So I've got the other one here. See, when I go to sell these at a craft show or whatever we do, I'll be able to display these bracelets right here on this. There's plenty of room for quite a few. Okay. Here's another one. Okay. And whatever I make, I'll be able to put on here. I can space them out nicely, as you can see. Plenty of room. Okay. So, like I said, I'm just going to let this dry. And then I will coat it. There's the whole thing, front and back. Back it up so you can see it good. You can also see my holder over here. It has my jewelry holder, jewelry tool holder. Okay. And here we go, you guys. A beautiful bracelet display. There we are. Okay, so thanks for watching, everyone. This is Denise with D. Marie Jewelry-DMJ. Subscribe to my channel, you guys. Give me a thumbs up and click that notification bell. And when you do, click all. So every time you see one of my videos comes up, if you click all, then it'll make sure that you get to see that one coming up. And thank you, and thanks for watching. Remember, jewelry beautifies your life. So have a good one. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.